So does the training mask work?
I was saying, does the training mask work? I say yes. But before I bought this mask, I didn't even do any scientific research whatsoever. I just bought it because I was like, hey, I think that'll work for me. I mean, as you all know, you guys know Beast Mode, right? Marshawn Lynch from the Seattle Seahawks. I seen him wearing it. I was like, what the hell is that? What does it do? So I got curious, and then I went to go buy one on Amazon, and it has helped me breathe so much better. I ain't gonna lie, but if you're like me as a child, growing up with um, what do you call that shit? I haven't had it in a long time, but asthma, bronchitis, and mucousy issues and respiratory problems, respiratory infections. You got to consider that there's weakness somewhere in the respiratory system, whether it's in your lungs, your bronchs, or your diaphragm. Diaphragm is key, especially when that goes lazy and you're half-ass breathing, and you got anxiety issues and depressive issues. Of course, you're not going to be inhaling deeply or doing any breathing exercises because it's going to be weak. Um, Also, there's a tendency with shallow breathing. There's a tendency to have low red blood cell count. Believe it or not. Um, anyway, getting back to the training mass. I bought this again without scientific research, and I just want to see how it would work out for me. Usually, I do a lot of experimenting on myself without going into scientific detail because they're just facts and some shit that we just don't understand. It just sounds good, but it has really worked for me as far as like giving me more endurance, stamina, and I remember going to what do you call that? Zion National Park a few months ago. And prior to that, 2 months prior to my second visit, I wasn't using a training mask. I mean, I still hiked that thing like a walk in the park in 100-degree heat. So the second time I went there, there's this trail where it zigzags up, right? That's the part where everybody starts resting because there's a lot of shade there. I just said F it and I'm gonna run it. And zigzagged all the way up, and I was just like impressed because I don't think I would have done that before. So I was like, damn, I think it's a breathing mask. It was not the breathing mask, it's the fact that I'm breathing now. I've trained myself to breathe much more deeper and allowed, more oxygen to get in my system and feed my cells, I guess. But also exercising the diaphragm muscle, the diaphragm muscle is like it umbrellas your digestive organs. And hey, by the way, do you guys remember that experiment back in elementary school where you get the 2 liter bottle and the two balloons, and then you cover the bottom with like a plastic bag, and when you pull down on it, the balloons expand, right? I mean, it's symbiotic to your lungs, and then when you push it back in, it deflates. Inhalation and exhalation. So imagine that muscle, that diaphragm muscle, right, that goes up and down, and that works with your pelvic girdle, your pelvic muscles, and all that stuff. Imagine that being weak, and if you're aware enough about your breathing, you might be half-ass breathing, and especially people in like just little stressful situations at work or just typing on a computer. I mean, our breathing is just whack. I mean, it's not up to par where it should be. So, breathing will allow you to become more aware of your body and take control of your emotions, because a lot of emotions, like depressive emotions or like people with nervousness, anxiety, their breathing kind of gets shut down, right? It gets immobilized, and you kind of start to get hot, right? You get hot and you get all sweaty. That's why people go, whoo, in stressful situations, because they stop freaking breathing. You know, I remember going to the chiropractor about 2 months ago, and I took an autonomic nervous system test. And I remember after the test, I was like, during the test, I intentionally I was like, wait, okay, I'm aware of my breathing while she's talking to me, while my chiropractor's talking to me, I'm not nervous. I'm really like taking in what she's saying to me. And after the test, she tells me, she's like, this is oddly weird. It's like, I never get anyone that has a balanced sympathetic and parasympathetic system. You know, sympathetic is more of the fight or flight, and parasympathetic is more of the rest. She said I'm pretty balanced there. She said usually when people come in and it's out of balance, you know, but you are good because maybe it was my breathing. I don't know. But anyway, training mask. That's what I was gonna get to. I would buy one. It'll help you gain more appreciation of breathing, and hopefully it'll promote more awareness of how you're breathing in different situations and how you handle yourself in situations that is stressful. You know, maybe you can remind yourself to wait a minute, I'm not breathing enough. That's why I'm getting hot. Maybe that's why I'm getting all nervous because I'm not even breathing. So I say get the training mask. You know, allow yourself to breathe deeper. Don't half-ass breathe. I mean, breathe freaking deep like you mean it.